I wanted to present on why Black women only make up 8.5% of women with bachelor degrees in the United States. I wanted to research on why Black women don't feel as encouraged or supported to enter and stay in higher education and earn a degree. I've had much concern over this topic during my time at Butler University and here at Illinois Wesleyan. How can we help Black women feel more supported and valued as individuals, as opposed to just spokespersons for their race, or someone to make us feel better about having diversity? So, for my project, I decided to research historical and current findings on Black women in education and their history. In as early as 1837, African American women were encouraged to get an education for race uplift. These women were to help advance the Black population. Black women were found to be better in scholasticism than Black men, but over the years, many Black women were expected to make their career and educational choices based on their sex role stereotyping. Black women seem to have made progress in higher education in regards to earning degrees and participation. In 2010, Black women held 66% of all bachelor degrees attained by Black Americans. However, they are not advancing at the same rates as white, Latina, or Asian American women. We need specifically targeted interventions if we hope for the continued success of this marginalized demographic. For this project, I needed to research issues facing Black women in higher education to further understand the lack of representation. There was a review of literature conducted on the current status of Black women students in higher education and recommendations for future success. This literature review determined there are 4 significant issues impacting this group of women. The first issue is multiple marginalized identities. Being a woman and a person of color places Black women in 2 areas of oppression. Not only is it hard to face the challenges of being a woman in the United States, but it is extremely hard to also be a minority on top of that. Another issue that the Black women community faces is a lack of critical mass. African American women made up 12.7% of women in the U.S., but only 8.5% of the bachelor degrees earned by women, according to a study in 2012. A critical mass occurs when there are enough individuals from a particular group to feel comfortable participating in conversations and being seen as individuals and not just spokesperson for their entire race. Another issue that Black women face is the impact of the gender gap. According to a study in 2012, there were over 800,000 more Black women in college than Black men. This means there is a lack of dating marriage options in the Black community in college because of the continued pressure for Black women to preserve their race. More and more Black women choose to be single instead of going against the expectation of only dating Black men. This can cause an anxiety and depression among this group of students and inhibit their ability to learn and succeed in college. Another issue facing the Black women community is a lack of Black faculty in higher education. There is a lack of Black women faculty and staff in higher education, which impacts the experiences of Black women students. A study conducted in 2014 showed that Black women's confidence in their own personal success related directly to their relationship with their African American mentors. This lack of support adds to isolation and lack of belonging and stress. Another issue facing this problem is the lack of research done on Black women in higher education. An understanding of the needs of Black women college students is monumental to implementing meaningful strategies to support their success in higher education. Michelle Howard Vital from Chicago State University said, "There is not a great deal of research on Black women in higher education, yet the current and developing body of research on Black women in higher education provides a groundwork for realizing our history, dispelling myths, relating our experiences, formulating theoretical frameworks, and establishing our identity in higher education and in the larger social structure. The void of research is caused by a white male-dominated society. Our society does not recognize and denies the importance of Black women's lives and contributions through racial, sexual, and class oppression. Scholarly disinterest has led to a lack of research, and this leaves African American women invisible, isolated, and powerless." So, how can we help? In my research, I found some support strategies that will help Black women feel valued in higher education. Black sororities. Black sororities can provide a sense of belonging. They are shown to positively impact academic participation and make Black women feel included and valued. Another helpful strategy is mentoring. Until academic institutions achieve diversity among students and faculty, there need to be culturally competent mentors to meet the needs of all the students. Counseling is another helpful strategy. Until the numbers even out, there needs to be specifically designed support strategies to help Black women overcome their isolation, invisibility, and separateness. Black enrollment in university has dropped from 14.4% to 13.9% since 2016. We must continue to support Black women in education, or the rates of these students will continue to drop.